guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we start, I just want to ask a favor of you. Subscribe, please. You guys, it's free. I'm not really asking that much. To be honest, I am trying to grow my channel and I'm just trying to put out as like quality content as I can for my girls that want to get into the gym. So it really helps our channel if you do subscribe. Anyways, let's fucking get into it. So I wanted to talk today about, well, I'm taking you guys through a workout, a glute workout, and I just wanted to talk about like dopamine and just like going to the gym and like getting into the habit and how to actually do that. Because realistically, like, I feel like going to the gym, like, you're gonna get into this routine of like, I love the gym, you know? Eventually you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. I'm kind of like a little bit addicted. And the reason for that is like the dopamine that you get from it. So realistically, we can get dopamine from like so many things. Even if you're like scrolling on TikTok, you probably get some dopamine from like, you know, some of the videos or whatever it may be on TikTok. We get dopamine, I swear, from just like swiping. It's crazy. Even just different things in your life, like you can get dopamine from things, but it can be good and it can be bad. So think about like sitting and scrolling on your phone. You just get into this like, oh my God, I've been scrolling for hours. Like maybe you feel shameful. If I'm being honest, you guys, lately I've been scrolling a little bit and I've noticed that it makes me feel good in the moment, but then all of a sudden in my life, I don't feel good because I'm like, oh my God, I should be traveling as much as this girl, or I should be, you know, going to festivals like these people or whatever. You kind of like start comparing, and I think that's when it gets a little bit unhealthy. So different things that like make you feel good can also make you feel not good. So I think it's like finding what actually makes you feel good and actually like knowing like what you have to do to feel good. So whether it be a workout or whether it be like eating good, because if you work out realistically for like a week or 2 weeks, you start like really enjoying it. You're like, oh my God, I like really want to do this. Like I actually enjoy going to the gym and stuff. So finding those things that actually make you feel good, like training or like eating really healthy, yeah, I think is like super important. So anyways, I'm going to do a glute workout and I'm going to take you guys through it. I've been vibing with the voiceovers lately. Let me know if you guys like the voiceovers because I feel like I say this almost every video. I've been fucking vibing with them. Yeah, let's fucking go. Okay, guys, so let's talk about bad dopamine to begin with because I feel like we can all fall into these habits of, don't worry, we'll get into the good dopamine, but we can fall into these habits almost like addictions of just things that like make us feel good in the moment. And then we come out of it and we're like, why do I feel so awful? Or why do I feel so like not good about this? But I just felt good. So like I'm confused. So honestly, things like drugs and alcohol are like occasionally addictions. Like you can get addicted, right? And like everyone talks about it, how it's like great. Like when you're drunk, it's like the best thing ever. You're having like a night with your girlfriends and you're like, this is so much fun. I'm like loving this and whatever. I'm not saying that you should never drink, but just be aware of like how much you're doing it or like what you're doing it for or like, you know, kind of just be aware and like assess. That sounds so like high school, not even like college vibes, but literally to learn more about ourselves and like what we actually like and what actually makes us feel good, we have to almost like assess our life and be like, okay, was that like a really quick hit of dopamine or was that something that's going to make me feel good for like a while, you know? Something like exercise is going to be like you're going to work out and then all of a sudden for hours after, probably all day, you're going to be like, my life is great because I got my dopamine, like my endorphins are going. Yeah, you know. But another just bad dopamine source, like quick fix, like something that's going to fix your emotions really quickly. And you're going to be like, I feel great. And then all of a sudden you're going to stop and you're going to be like, oh, I feel awful. So like social media, you guys, let's be real. Sometimes we can kind of change our feeds to be something that actually makes us feel good. But realistically, a lot of times we'll be scrolling, and we're scrolling either comparing ourselves, or we're scrolling like entertained. But then you get off of it and you're like, holy shit, like I felt so good while I was doing that. But there goes 3 hours and now I feel awful about that because I didn't really do much, or, whatever the reason. And we can feel like shameful or whatever. So just being aware of like how much we're using social media and like what we're using it for. This is an interesting one. So food is definitely like a quick dopamine fix, or it can be. So I find, and I have found, that since I started eating healthier, and this took a lot of time, you guys, I don't want you guys to be, getting down on yourselves or whatever, because you're not like eating 100% healthy. Like it takes so much time to just get there. And like foods can really cover up a lot for us. Like think about the times that you've had like cravings for ice cream when like, I don't know, you're on your period and you don't feel good and you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to text my boyfriend to bring me ice cream. It's like great. And it might give you like the quick dopamine hit. But one thing that really changed my mind about nutrition, and I hope this hits a few of you in the way that I want it to, is other cultures use food as medicine. So like if you're sick, the best thing to do is like eat healthier. So one of my friends told me this when I was like living with her. It was a long time ago. And she's like, whenever I'm sick, I just make like spinach and garlic and I just eat that because realistically it's just like I can't taste anything anyways. So I may as well just like fuel my body with the stuff that it needs. And I was like, holy shit, you're brilliant. So ever since then, I feel like I've been trying to look for ways to be like, okay, how can I keep my body healthy? And like, what's the best way to essentially like fuel myself right now? Like sometimes it is indulging in a fucking pizza, okay? Like you just have to find your balance within life, right? So yeah, excessive like junk food and like, foods that aren't really good or like quick fixes. Like I can't tell you guys how many times when I was living in Vancouver, I literally covered my emotions with food so much. Like, and not only just a little bit, like a lot. Like I would go to A&W. I don't know if you guys even know what A&W is, but it's a place in Canada and it's like fast food. And it's open like 24/7. It's kind of like McDonald's, but different. And I would go there and I would get their like really cheap burgers and like whatever, like at midnight when I had no business being out. And then I would go, across the street, there was a pizza place. So then I'd go there and get pizza. And then, I'd eat muffins in my apartment and like just anything to fix my mood. But I didn't realize. And so it's like assessing your life and assessing like, maybe before you go do something, or before if you do have like, an unhealthy relationship with food or whatever, try thinking about like, what am I doing? Like, what am I trying to achieve with what I'm doing? Like, am I going to McDonald's because I'm hungry? Or am I going to McDonald's because, I'm trying to cover up my emotions or whatever it may be? It does fix them, you guys. For a second, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Like, you literally sit there and you eat the McDonald's and you're like, fuck, this is good. Like, this is solving all my issues. I feel like I am on top of the world. I could eat this fucking hamburger for the rest of my life. And then afterwards, you're like, ugh, I feel gross. I feel bloated. I feel disgusting. Maybe some of you feel great, but I definitely don't. And just being like aware of that is so important because you might actually be able to like change your decision, or maybe you replace it with something else, something good dopamine vibes. So let's get into that. Yeah, I'm just sitting in my living room, you guys, and just wait, I just need water. Bomb. I'm watching the video, you guys. I've been doing hip abductions for a while. Love them. Yeah, Yeah, they're kind of bomb. I never really did them before, but they're pretty good. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about healthy dopamine. Exercise. Y'all, get in the gym. Like, no, seriously, you know what's crazy is like, okay, it's starting to get dark earlier. It's like 6 o'clock and it is like pitch black outside, okay? And what I've been doing is, and what I do during this time is I always move my walking to like around 6 or 7 o'clock. It's weird because it's like my productive time in the winter because I can actually walk and like post stuff, or I can walk and edit, or I can walk and literally do nothing. But it gives me that extra hit of like dopamine that I fucking need in order to like keep working at that night, or keep my energy up and just like be happy, you know? Honestly, like you think about years ago, like a lot of years ago, we used to walk everywhere. Like we didn't have cars, you guys. Like I think it's just healthy for us to be moving our bodies. Like our bodies are meant to move. So walking and doing stuff like that, if you have an apartment gym or something, it's so healthy. Um, Social connections. Let's talk about those for a second, because sometimes I can get in the mindset, especially when I'm like going through it, or I feel like I'm mentally not okay or whatever. I will like not message my friends and just like isolate and whatever, which is fine. Like it's great, whatever. But at the same time, like it doesn't help. Like realistically, I should message my friends. I should be talking to them. I should be hanging out with them. And like that's what's really going to give you that dopamine. Think about the last time you were with your friend and you just like had a coffee and just like chilled, and it was like the best time, and you left and you were like, I feel great. Why don't I do that more often? But we don't do it more often. So it's like push yourself to do that kind of stuff because it's so good for you. And like ask yourself genuinely, what do I need? Like, what do I need? Do I need McDonald's? Do I need to hang out with my friend? Maybe you want to eat McDonald's with your friend, okay? Do that. um, yeah, okay, even like being healthier, like I was talking about, I feel like nutrition has like such a big effect on us. And it really does help your mood. Like, I genuinely feel like when I eat like shit, I feel like shit. And I act like shit. Just a shitty person overall, okay? um, Sleep. Get enough sleep as well. I feel like that helps so, so much in like just the long run. Like, I literally think that I need beauty sleep, you guys. I think it's important. Like, I think if I don't sleep enough, I literally will not be a good person that day. That's how I think. And I think it's fine because I need that. I train so much, like it's worth it. So the next time that you guys are like going to do something that maybe hits your quick dopamine vibes, think of stuff that's unhealthy, drinking, drugs, um, fast food, that kind of stuff. Just like ask yourself, like, why am I doing this? And can it be replaced with something that's maybe a longer form of dopamine? Yeah, I'm kind of challenging you guys to do that because I want to do that. So, yeah. Check the pump. I actually love these shorts. They're so cute. So I just finished my workout. I'm just gonna eat because I am literally starving. I feel like leg day. After leg day, I'm always just like so hungry. Like I literally could eat anything. I swear it's almost every leg day that I'm like, oh, I should probably get pizza, but then I have to hold myself back. Like every time, you guys. So I have an event this weekend, and it's going to be a lifted event. This YouTube video is going to come out after this event happens, but I am like super excited just to have, I think there's like 20 girls coming, and we've got like sponsors. It's like a whole thing, and I've just never thrown something in a gym like this. We even have a DJ coming, you guys. Like I swear I've never been like an event planner, and I don't even know how this came together, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like I didn't really plan it. I just invited some people to a fucking gym and it just kind of worked out. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see just like all the girls and just kind of hang out. We've got like photographers and stuff coming. So obviously kind of my vibe. And we're giving away like a lot of lifted stuff and just like, yeah, it's just going to be so fun. So I have that this weekend. What else is coming up? You guys, we have we just got this. Oh my God, it actually looks so cute on camera. What a vibe. It's a lifted podcast mug so that, okay, so when we have the girls over for like the podcast, we always give them tea and then like, you know, water and whatever else. And so we were like, holy shit, what a good idea to put the logo on a cup and just like, you know, we always have tea together. So it's such a vibe. I feel like tea when you're podcasting is so chill. Like it just makes you feel like you're just like cozy and whatever. It's going to be really good in winter because I don't know, who doesn't want to just like cozy up with some tea and just like have a chat, you know? We do have Black Friday coming up. I don't know if this video will be, I think it'll be after, maybe before. I don't know. I'm not going to do the math in my head. But either way, I've been prepping for Black Friday, you guys, for like the past probably like 2 weeks. And I feel like I'm just excited to like, first of all, we're launching some clothing on Black Friday, which I genuinely feel like I wasn't going to launch clothing right away because we're just in the middle of things like I was talking about in my last video. I've talked about it a lot on Snap too, but I couldn't help myself because it just kind of worked out this way. So I was like, okay, I guess we have to. And so you guys know that we're launching like the beanies. There's that hat that's coming out. There's a couple hoodies, crew necks, just like all the winter vibes. One of the girls messaged me and she was like, I wore the pink hat and it just like wasn't the vibe because it's like winter. You need like toques and beanies and like, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited. How cute would like lifted mittens or something be to like match? Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.